If you are planning a trip to Andaman and searching for the best places to visit, then you are at the right place. Because today we will be talking about the top 20 places to visit in Andaman. Hey guys, welcome back to Sakri Cubes and this is Sagar. When we imagine India, this is probably what comes to our mind. But around 1300 kilometers from mainland India, there is a group of 836 islands which often gets forgotten when it comes to tourism. But let me tell you, this untouched paradise is way more beautiful than what you can imagine. It has white sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, colorful marine life, thrilling adventures, stunning sunsets, and it is an important chapter of our Indian freedom movement. And the best part is, you don't need a visa or a passport to visit this beautiful island. Welcome to the untouched paradise, Andaman. We spent 9 days in Andaman, covering every nook and corner of the island, including some of the hidden gems. In today's video, we will talk about the top 20 places to visit in Andaman. But before that, let's take a look at the geography of Andaman. There are a total of 836 islands in this archipelago which are divided into two groups, the northern Andaman Islands and the southern Nicobar Islands. Most of the tourist attractions are located in Andaman Island, whereas the Nicobar Island is mostly used by the Indian Armed Forces and has restricted access to the general public. Your trip will start from the capital city Port Blair. There are a lot of attractions in and around this area. Apart from Port Blair, there are two more popular islands which you will probably visit. Havelock Island, which is now renamed to Swaraj Dweep, and Neil Island, which is now renamed to Shaheed Dweep. To transfer between these islands, you can either take a government ferry or a private ferry. The government ferries are mostly used by locals and have fewer seats for tourists. They are cheaper, but it's difficult to get a reservation, they are slower and don't offer the best travel experience. Whereas the private ferries are on the expensive side, but they are the most comfortable to travel with and can be booked easily. I suggest you book the ferries in advance. We booked them through bookmyboat.com, which is an authentic website to book the ferries for inter-island transfers. There are local operators here, so you can easily reach out to them in case you need any help or face any issues. I will leave a link to their website and the contact number in the description box below. Do check it out. To make it easy to understand, I have categorized the places into 3 groups based on these islands. Without further ado, let's jump straight into our list of top 20 places to visit in Andaman. Let's start with the places to visit in Swaraj Dweep, formerly called the Havelock Island. There are mainly 4 beaches on Havelock Island and the navigation here is a lot simpler. The road on the right along the coast goes all the way from the jetty to the Pathar Beach. You'll find a lot of beach resorts, restaurant and diving schools on this stretch. The other road to the left goes to the Radhanagar Beach and Elephant Beach. This part of the island doesn't have many stay options and eateries, but the place is so scenic. Havelock Island has been the favorite among honeymoon seekers as it has a lot of beach resorts and is perfect for a relaxed vacation. You can travel by cab, auto or rent a two-wheeler. My recommendation will always be to rent a two-wheeler as it is not only cheaper but also gives you the freedom to stop anywhere you like and discover the unexplored places. I'll provide the contact details for the rentals in the description box below. Now let's take a look at the attractions in Havelock Island in detail. Titled as the 7th most beautiful beach in the world, Radhanagar Beach is a must visit in Andaman. This beach holds the prestigious Blue Flag certification, which means it meets 33 international standards including facilities like clean toilets, changing rooms, lifeguards, water quality management, safety measures and much more. Radhanagar is famous for its breathtaking sunsets, that's why almost all the tourists on the island flock to Radhanagar Beach by evening, hence you can expect it to get crowded during the sunset. If you prefer a quieter place, walk around 1.2 km to the right until you reach Neil's Cove. Here, you'll find less crowds and equally stunning views. One thing I got to know after reaching Radhanagar Beach is that it is famous for a couple photo shoots. We took advantage of the opportunity and got ourselves a photo shoot done. Even though all the photos turned out to be great, I fell in love with these silhouettes against the setting sun. Elephant Beach is a hub for the water sports activities and it's my personal favorite in Andaman. There are 2 ways to reach Elephant Beach, by boat or by trek. The boat takes around 20 to 30 minutes to reach and it is suitable if you are with elderly parents or kids. But I feel the best way to reach Elephant Beach is by trek. This 1.5 km trek through the dense forest is going to be an unforgettable experience. The trail is super easy and it takes around 30 to 40 minutes by walk. En route you will see a lot of trees, some of which are the biggest that I have ever seen in my life. You will have to cross a water stream towards end of the trail, so make sure to wear clogs and avoid heels or shoes. All the effort will be worth it as soon as you reach the beach. The vibrant blue waters and greenery add charm to this place. We tried snorkeling here. The shallow waters provided a clear view of the coral gardens and the colorful fishes. I suggest avoiding scuba diving here as there are better spots near Vijayanagar and Govindnagar Beach. If you are scared of scuba diving, then you can try sea walk here. No skills or training is required to do this activity and it doesn't panic you like scuba might. You can also try high thrill rides like jet ski, banana ride, octopus ride, dragon ride and parasailing. There are no restaurants on this beach, but you will find small stalls selling fruits and chaats. We tried this papdi chaat which cost 100 rupees, although pricey, it was really good. Do carry water and food if you are planning to spend more time here. Facilities like shower, lockers, toilets and changing rooms are available at extra cost. One super tip, you can book the water sports on the spot based on what you like, so don't pre-book them before reaching the beach. If you want to witness the best sunrise of your life, then there can be no better place than the Pathar beach. If you look at the maps, Andaman is located on the east of mainland India. Although it uses the same time zone as rest of India, it is logically 1 hour ahead of the mainland India. Hence the sun rises as early as 5 in the morning. You had to be at Pathar beach by 4:30 in the morning. I know it feels next to impossible to get up that early. I was in your shoes as well. But believe me, this magical sunrise was absolutely worth the effort. Watching the rising sun over the horizon was truly mesmerizing. The beach is lined by thick forest on one side and crystal clear waters on the other. The fallen trees along the shore creates this rustic look which I didn't see anywhere in Andaman. It's a perfect spot if you want to click some amazing photos. There are dozens of small secluded beaches along this stretch. If you want to experience a private beach without any crowd, then randomly stop anywhere you like and visit such unnamed beaches. Andaman is famous for its marine life and the best way to experience it is by scuba diving. After changing into wetsuits, there was a brief training on how to breathe underwater, hand signals and how to equalize our air pressure. After that, we were taken to the diving spot around 500 meters from the shore. Although I had done diving before in Bali, I was still super nervous about getting into the water. After gathering a lot of courage, I took a deep breath and backflipped into the sea, and what I saw next was nothing less than a dream. There was a massive coral reef made of variety of corals, and the colorful fishes were swimming around us. We even saw Nemo, and apparently finding a Nemo isn't that difficult here. The dive lasted for about 40 minutes and it was worth every penny. One question that I get asked the most is whether a non-swimmer can do scuba or not. So the answer is yes. If you're physically and mentally fit, you can do scuba diving. All you need to do is breathe and the instructor will take care of the rest. After diving, we were super hungry. Luckily, Govindnagar has plenty of restaurants serving delicious seafood. One such restaurant that we visited was Mango Tree. It wasn't a fancy place, but the ambience was cozy and welcoming. I had lobster for the first time and totally loved it. We also enjoyed banana leaf grilled fish, egg pakoda, noodles and fries. Everything was top notch and the prices were reasonable. I'm sure you must have seen these videos where the sea glows in the dark. This phenomena is called bioluminescence and it is caused by certain organisms emitting light when disturbed. I was thrilled to find out that Havelock Island has a spot where you can witness this magical phenomenon. But the only way to see it is by embarking on a super early morning kayaking in the open ocean. We reached the kayaking spot at 3 in the morning and after a bit of training, we started kayaking in the pitch dark. It was an amazing experience to see the water sparkle as we paddled. We were able to see the glow with our eyes but couldn't capture it much on the camera. After about 30 minutes of experiencing the bioluminescence, the sky started lighting up and we witnessed a beautiful sunrise from our kayaks. On the way back, we spotted beautiful corals along the shore. Although bioluminescence exists throughout the year, it can be experienced only when there is pitch dark. Hence the best time to do it is around the new moon time. So do check the moon calendar before you plan. If you are wondering how to cover all these places, then don't worry. I have crafted a detailed itinerary in my Andaman travel guide. This mobile-friendly guide also includes loads of other useful informations like packing list, where to stay, places to eat, itinerary, maps location, useful contacts, important links, insider tips, and loads of other useful informations. And the best part is, you can access it anytime on the go without the internet. Scan this QR code to download it or check the link in the description box below. Neil Island, now renamed to Shaheed Dweep, is a small island that's gaining popularity among tourists lately. It is so small that you can easily explore the entire island in a single day. There are 5 beaches on Neil Island, and if you pay close attention to their names, you'll find that all beaches are named after the characters from Ramayana. Navigating Neil Island is a lot easier than Havelock. The main road runs from Lakshmanpur Beach 1 on the left to Sitapur Beach on the right, with a vertical road connecting the jetty to the Lakshmanpur Beach 2. All the beaches, restaurants, markets and hotels are located along these routes. Let's look at these attractions one by one. Located right next to the jetty, Bharatpur Beach is famous for its water sports and vibrant blue waters. Bharatpur Beach might remind you of Elephant Beach in Havelock. It is equally stunning and is famous for water sports activities. Here you can enjoy jet skiing, banana ride, glass bottom boat ride, snorkeling and scuba diving. We tried snorkeling here and it was the best experience compared to our previous snorkels at North Bay and Elephant Beach. We also tried the jet ski, which was far better compared to Goa. Gliding through the crystal clear water was the best part. We visited Bharatpur Beach during high tide and had a fantastic time. But during low tide, the water retreats up to half a kilometer, which changes the experience dramatically. So make sure to visit Bharatpur Beach during high tide for the best experience. The natural bridge at Lakshmanpur Beach 2 is one of the most photographed locations on Neil Island. The best time to visit this spot is during a low tide, that is when you can walk close to the bridge and beyond. To get there, you need to walk over dead corals for about 200 meters. The corals can be slippery, so make sure to wear good shoes and be extra cautious, especially if you are with kids or elderly parents. You will find many small natural pools with trap fishes. This offers a great opportunity to see marine life up close. You can also hire a guide who will explain the biodiversity in detail for about 500 rupees per group. But we decided to explore on our own. Lakshmanpur Beach 1 is known for its stunning sunsets. As the evening approaches, all the tourists on the Neil Island gather here to witness the breathtaking views of the setting sun. This beach is lined with dead corals, hence it is not suitable for swimming. Sitapur Beach is famous for its stunning sunrise and pink sand. Most visitors leave after the sunrise, but if you are up for some adventure, just walk half a kilometer along the beach and you will start discovering hidden gems. For example, this cave looks ordinary at first, but if you place your camera inside, it creates this insane framing for photography. A little further, you will also discover a shipwreck that gives Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. Now let's take a look at the places worth visiting in and around Port Blair, the capital city of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Your visit to Andaman is incomplete without visiting this national monument, Cellular Jail. During the independence movement, our freedom fighters suffered inhuman punishments and torture in this jail. The Cellular Jail originally had 7 wings with over 696 cells, each with a dimension of 14 feet by 9 feet. Over the time, part of the Cellular Jail was destroyed by earthquakes and bombing. What remains now are just 3 wings and a central tower. You can visit the gallery hall, work sheds, gallows, central tower and prison cells, including the ones where Veer Savarkar lived. I suggest to take a guided tour here as you get to hear a lot of stories that will give you goosebumps at every step. You should visit Cellular Jail twice, one in the daytime to see everything I mentioned and other in the evening for the light and sound show. This 1-hour leisure show is nothing like anything you would have seen before. You will learn the entire story of Andaman from its colonial time to its independence and everything in between. The engineering that goes behind the light and sound show is worth appreciating. It is so immersive that you literally feel that you time travel to the pre-independence era and saw everything from your own eyes. 30th December 1943. The first ever tricolor was hosted on the Indian soil by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, making Andaman and Nicobar Island to be the first territory of India to get free from the British regime. Flag Point, also called the Tiranga Point, was the exact place where this proud moment for the Indians took place. Apart from the historical importance, this place is very scenic. The best time to visit Flag Point is in the evening. It's worth taking a walk along the shore till the Marina Park. Jolly Bouy is an unexplored gem of Andaman that was closed for the past 4 years and is open to the public now. This place gives Maldives vibes and is known for its seabed. There are a limited number of tourists allowed to visit this island every single day, and the permission need to be obtained a day before. To visit Jolly Bouy, you have to reach Vandoor, which is around 22 km from Port Blair. From here, you have to take a 45-minute ferry to reach the island. You get around 2 hours to explore the island, which I felt is way less than what this place deserves. The white sand and the blue ocean makes a perfect backdrop for the photos. Although swimming is not allowed, there is a designated area where you can get into the water. The beach is also super clean with zero trash. The coral reef found here are the best in the entire Andaman. If you want to see the coral reef, the only option available as of now is the glass bottom boat ride, which costs around 1000 rupees per person. I personally felt snorkeling would have been a great way to explore the underwater here, but as of now, glass bottom boat ride is the only option, but it is totally worth the price. Jolly Bouy stays open only 6 months a year, and for the remaining 6 months, there is a neighboring island called the Redskin Island that gets open for the tourists. This alternating between the two islands is done to allow the ecosystem to recover from the impact of tourism. You can also explore the small museum here called the Marine Interpretation Center that exhibits marine diversity found here. There are two famous islands near Port Blair that you can visit for the day tour. Ross Island, now renamed to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Island, and North Bay Island. You can catch the boats to these two islands from Aberdeen Jetty at Rajiv Gandhi Water Sports Complex. I suggest booking the boats online from bookmyboat.com. The contact details are shown on the screen, and also you can find it in the description box below. Back in time, Ross Island used to be the administrative headquarters of the Britishers. While Andaman meant a place of ruthless torture for Indians, Britishers had established luxurious settlements on this island. Ross Island used to be so glorious that it was often referred as Paris of the East. Due to the Japanese invasion, earthquakes and tsunami, things got destroyed, and what remains now are only the ruins. You get just 1.5 hours to explore the Ross Island, which again is way less than what this place deserves. As soon as you step on the island, the first thing that you will observe is the hundreds of deers roaming around freely, and they are quite friendly with the tourists. The major attractions are along this route to Lighthouse. It's around a kilometer stretch from the entrance and can be either covered by walking or on a buggy. On the way, there are many spots like Powerhouse, Swimming Pool, Bakery, Subordinates Club, Church and Troops Barrack. We totally loved the ruins here, which looks haunted and spooky at first, but they are best spot for photography and videography. After Ross Island, people often visit North Bay Island for water sports activities. We tried the sea walk and snorkeling here, but to be honest, if I compare the experience with Havelock and Neil Island, then North Bay feels like a disaster. The marine life is destroyed due to over-tourism and the place isn't maintained well. If you are planning to visit Havelock or Neil Island, then I suggest you completely skip North Bay Island. If you have an extra day in Port Blair, then you can go on a day tour to Limestone Caves in Baratang Island. These limestone caves are situated around 100 km from Port Blair, and the journey to this place itself is an experience. You need to start as early as 3:30 in the morning and reach Chirkatang Forest Checkpost before 6 am. From here, you will join a convoy to cross the Jarawa Reserve Forest, which is a super restricted area. Photography or videography is not allowed on this stretch. If you're lucky, you may spot Jarawa tribal people on the way. After the forest, you need to take a ferry from Middle Strait to Baratang Island. From here, catch another speedboat followed by a 1 km walk to finally reach the limestone caves. The limestone formations here are stunning with unique shapes that would have taken millions of years to form. Keep your imagination wide and you'll find different shapes in these limestones. You will get around 30 minutes to explore the caves and take photographs. Apart from the limestone, you can also visit Mud Volcano and Parrot Island, but I felt they were not worth the visit, so we skipped them. There is a small restaurant at Baratang Jetty that offers simple meals. Make sure to have lunch before heading back. About 20 kilometers south of Port Blair lies a stunning spot called the Chidiya Tapu. There are two main attractions here, Chidiya Tapu Beach, known for its mesmerizing sunset, and Munda Pahad Beach, from where you can embark on a Munda Pahad trek. If you are planning to do the trekking, which I highly recommend you do, make sure to arrive before 3 pm as the entry to the trek closes after that. The trek is about 1.3 km long, easy to walk and takes around 30 minutes. The views from the top of the Munda Pahad are truly breathtaking. It reminded me of Kayaking Beach in Bali. It would have been great to watch the sunset from this point, but sadly staying beyond 4 pm is not allowed. The Munda Pahad Beach at the base is very beautiful. Even with so many tourists visiting the beach every single day, it is well maintained. As the sun starts setting, make sure to visit Chidiya Tapu Beach. We saw so many sunsets in Andaman, but the sunset at Chidiya Tapu Beach was the best. Getting into the water at Chidiya Tapu Beach is not allowed as saltwater crocodiles are often spotted on this beach. Yet another offbeat place that has a minimal crowd is Mount Manipur, formerly called the Mount Harriet. If you can recall this photo at the back of the 20 rupees note, the exact spot from where this photo was captured is actually on the way to Mount Harriet. Mount Manipur National Park is home to various bird species and is heaven for bird watchers and photographers. Don't trust Google Maps for directions, especially for this place. The best way to reach Mount Harriet is by taking a ferry from Chatham Jetty to Bamboo Flat Jetty and driving to the national park. The last 1.5 km journey takes you through a dense forest. Keep an eye on the trees as you will spot many birds. There is a guest house, a small park and viewpoints at the top. On the way back, you can visit the government sawmill on Chatham Island, which is Asia's one of the oldest and the largest sawmills. The mill has historical significance, including a bomb pit from World War II. There is also a forest museum showcasing historical photos and wooden artifacts. Both Mount Harriet and Chatham Mills are worth visiting if you have extra time at Port Blair. Anthropology is the study of humans, and what could be the better way to learn it than studying about the tribal people? The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are home to 6 indigenous tribes: Andamanese, Onge, Jarawa, North Sentinelese, Nicobari and Chompen. If you want to learn more about these tribes, then head to Zonal Anthropological Museum in Port Blair. You will find life-size replicas of tribal huts, handicrafts, photographs, weapons and other artifacts that provide a glimpse into the lives of the tribal people. Throughout your trip to Andaman, you will see a wide variety of corals in different shapes and sizes. Though corals look like rocks, they are actually animals that grow a few centimeters each year. A group of corals is called coral reef, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands have the largest coral reef coverage in India, spanning over 200 square kilometers. If you want to learn more about corals, visit the Naval Marine Museum Samudrika in Port Blair. The museum features several exhibitions, with shell room and coral room being the most interesting ones. Additionally, you will find interesting displays such as military weapons, a blue whale skeleton and tribal huts. If you are not into museums, then you may skip both Anthropological Museum and the Naval Marine Museum. Situated around 8 km from the city centre, Corbin's is the only sandy beach near Port Blair. Although Andaman is known for its stunning beaches, Corbin's is definitely not one of them. The water isn't the cleanest and it's not as beautiful as the beaches in Havelock or Neil Island. The only reason you might want to visit this beach is for its sunrise. We did watch the sunrise from here with almost zero crowd in the morning. Corbin's is also popular for water sports activities including boat ride, jet ski and sea cart. Skip Corbin's beach if you are planning to visit Havelock or Neil Island. That was everything about the places to visit in Andaman. Hit on the like button if this video was helpful for you. Do let me know if I missed any place on this list. Scan this QR code to download Andaman Travel Guide or watch my next video on Andaman by clicking on the left. See you in my next video. Until then, keep traveling.